To turn our attention to the world of streaming, cinemas, movie stars and more as we bring you up to date with what's been happening in film and TV. Let's take a look.
Ta-ta. The story of a great love that's ended before it could really begin. Love will endure.
In this life and the next.
You must never find out.
To you I grant the gift of dream walking.
Why could that not be my fate?
We do not question the fate.
You never know a man by his actions, but by the pattern.
There he is.
A strange affliction has begun in the land. May God forgive me.
There is a lot of dust that needs to settle. Your time here is done.
Do you ever feel like something terrible is coming?
Mwana mother, ekwesịghị inwe mmekọ. Ta-ta. The story of a great love that's ended before it could really begin. Love will endure.
Well, the world of African storytelling just got a powerful new edition. ETITI, a 26-episode Africa Magic original takes us deep into the mystical space between life and death, where courage, love, and destiny collide. The series follows Jidena, not the musician, an actor, a fearless warrior whose life takes an unexpected turn after death pulls him into the shadowy realm between both worlds. Their secrets unravel and loyalties are tested. Well, joining us on the show today are two of the remarkable stars bringing this gripping story to life. I'm talking about Bryan Boomba and Elma Mbadiwe. Now, Bryan plays Jidena and Elma, who shines as Chisom, Jidena's devoted wife, caught between love and loss. Thank you so much for being here. How are you guys?
We're good.
Good?
How are you?
Good.
Show us the on-screen chemistry now.
You're like, maybe there's a good colors of one day. Now. You guys are too close. If you
guys are too
right.
Actually, I don't play Jidena. I play the madman.
Oh,
play the madman.
My apologies for that. You played. I'm
You
sorry.
you deserve to play Jidena.
Thank you so much for that. But let's go straight into it. Like, just even looking at the trailer, ETITI seems like such a powerful and visually striking story. How would you describe this series to viewers who haven't seen it yet? Let's start with you, ladies first.
It's a show that every Igbo person, every Nigerian will be proud of. That's number one, because it's so deep and it's so culturally enlightening that I feel like everyone needs to see it. If you're a patriot of the Nigerian film industry, and if you're a work of art person, you should see it. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah. Just to buttress what she said, it's a dark fantasy series, which showcases our culture in the most beautiful light, historically. And there's everything that anybody who's looking for a good story would expect. There's themes of betrayal, love, the suspense, there's the thrill and everything great that comes with it. So it's something that I really recommend to every Nigerian, as she said, to watch.
Okay, so what was it like depicting your characters? First of all, you playing Chisom and you playing the madman. Sorry about that.
But did the madman have a name? At least, what's his name?
His name is the madman.
You guys actually need to watch.
You need to
because
watch.
He's the madman at first, but he takes such a beautiful turn eventually. Right.
The cure is
So whoever
what
said he plays Jidena, I see where they're coming from.
fair.
But we're not going to,
You have to watch the show.
Is it a case of what was it called? Beauty and the Beast? Like,
If I tell you,
I was just
I have to.
Is it like okay.
Just watch.
All right, so depicting your characters, for you playing the madman, you playing Chisom. First of all, there's this thing about being stereotyped in the business. If you play a role so well, they just keep giving you that role. They did bother you playing the madman. Then for you playing Chisom, the love interest of Jidena, how far did you go in terms of trying to depict your role? Were you bothered about probably maybe your relationship outside of your boyfriend, like we all joked about?
My husband.
Or your...
Clock it.
My husband, very happily married,
Fantastic.
please.
Mr. Mbadiwe, sorry. But I mean, it's not.
Wow.
Okay, well,
That's
let's.
my father, but it's okay.
Okay, now, what's going on with you
What's going on?
today?
Well, yeah. Okay, so like, I mean, were you bothered in terms of trying to, should I say, play safe because of your husband, and of course, still doing your job as Chisom?
The first thing I would say is that I'm a professional actor.
Okay.
So whatever I do when the cameras roll is strictly my work.
Okay.
I don't bring it back home, and I don't take my home with me to work. So if I'm playing a devoted lover, I will play devoted lover as far as the director wants me to go.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. Second of all, because I'm beautiful, directors always cast me as, love interest, girl next door, and all of that. And I think I have this softness to me. However, it does not really bother me anymore because really, I can do what I can do.
Yeah.
So your partner is
You
cool
know?
with it,
Oh, of
you guys
course
have
he is.
partner-
Do you want to be
He
a
is,
partner?
he is,
That's why
he
you have
is.
asked out my 15 times.
No. Do you know why I'm asking? Because I don't call him, but I have some friends in the business too, and I know like a few times they had issues with their partner because of they played the role too good. That's what I'm asking. Now for you, okay,
My
finish
husband
up.
is a film director,
Okay.
and he's also directed other people's wives. So he doesn't, I don't think he has any of those airs about him. So, yeah.
What about you playing your role in ETITI?
Well, for me, rather than bother me, it's actually excited me. Because, because, most of the time I've been cast to play lover boy, stuff like that.
That's
you
why
know,
we
and-
thought you were Jide.
No, when I went to acting school, when I decided to pursue this as a career, I didn't want to be the kind of actor who gets typecast, and I'm just grateful to God that I've been, cast to play different things, like a plethora of different roles. Yeah, that's me, the
That's
man.
you.
Yeah,
It's
You've never been
I would say they did you dirty. They did you dirty.
For real.
Kudos to the makeup department. They did a great job, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just really grateful for opportunities like this that require me to not just imitate, but to transform in acting.
Yeah.
You know,
and showcase your wide
your range, exactly.
of
Exactly. So
talents.
kudos to the casting directors of this, that saw beyond just this.
Quick one before she asks her question. So even if they keep calling you for roles like this, probably maybe because of how you delivered, you don't mind. Because like there are a few people like I feel like there's this actor that said I think it was I can't remember his English name, but the lanky guy that plays Igbo roles, like he plays us drunk in Igbo roles. I've forgotten his name now. But at some point he had issues with being typecast as because he played it so well. So you don't mind. That's what I'm asking. You don't mind.
I think I have so much more to offer than just being, repeated as a madman. Because before the madman came, there was a lot more that I had done.
Yeah,
so-
sure. Okay. All right.
I would say that he has more to offer, definitely.
Yeah, sure.
And hopefully, maybe not madman characters, but someone like Denzel built his entire career on action flicks.
Denzel is
Please.
in different
Yes, in
pieces,
different
as it were.
forms,
Yeah.
yes. But
sure.
so if they want to bring a psychotic person in an English film, of course Bryan is going to kill it.
The story has to be great.
Yeah.
It has to attract me.
Definitely.
I'm glad that you mentioned the story. I am aware that I think the creators of this show are Basketmouth and
Yes,
Victoria
Victoria.
Eze.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that experience working with them as the producers. I mean, the ones who wrote the story, and I believe they were very active in the production. Talk to me about that experience. Because that were any of you?
From the moment Basketball called me that he wanted me to feature on something, he was so sure, even from the first stage, that ETITI was going to blow, literally. And he sold me on it. Of course, he's a master marketer. He sold it to me, and when I read the script, I couldn't stop reading. Basically, it was 26 episodes.
Yeah.
I just could not. I had to finish everything, and I called him back and I was like, whoa, bro, when are we doing this? And they brought that same energy on set because everything just worked together. From makeup to costumes, set design, we're always blown away. Like we read a scene and we're wondering, let's see how we're going to do this. But when you get on set, you're like, oh, I see. Because Sele is on it, the costumes look like what you're talking about. Everything was just
I
mind-blowing.
remember the first day when we all landed on set, you
Yeah.
know. Was it you that said, Bryan, I wonder what they're going to do to make you look like a madman? You know, and then, we have it. Yeah. So
The moment I saw him, I'm like, okay.
So talk to me, just as a follow-up to that, about any memorable or intense moments on set that really stuck with you during filming, Bryan.
there were quite a number of them. You know, the character alone, you know, very intense, complex character. And, you know, kudos to the writing of Victoria Izzy. You know, she did such an incredible job writing this. There were a lot of scenes, you know, that were so intense and stuck with me, you know, in that moment and maybe a couple minutes or hours later, you know. But I don't want to say that I carried part of this character with me. I didn't. I left the character with me on set, but it was so intense, and the way I dedicated myself and committed to the character, it just, you know, really stayed, and I felt it deeply, you know, in terms of performance. Yeah.
Also, it stuck with you.
Yeah.
Not outside of the work, you know, workspace. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about, shooting such movies in such locations. Yeah. First of all, what was location you guys used? What states?
It was in Lagos.
yeah,
Somewhere
Lagos,
in
yeah.
Eleko.
Oh, wow.
It's called Kenoma Film Village.
Yeah.
It's a Nigerian producer who thought that we needed a village
very
to
innovative.
film in.
Yeah,
Very
makes sense.
Very
That's
beautiful idea.
I was even about to say, did you guys take it to the east? Did
No,
you guys,
we actually
it was
filmed it
Lagos,
all
yeah.
in Lagos.
We need more of that beautiful.
And everything you need in ETITI or in an eastern village is right
there.
there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Where is
It
this
was-
place?
It's in Eleko.
Eleko, okay.
Yes.
All right, awesome. That's actually
fantastic.
You
yeah.
can take an excursion there someday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally, because
Yeah.
no, actually, we
Mind-blowing.
need more of these film villages. We've seen
Yes.
people actually come up with them, but
And film
it
sets,
makes
so
sense.
like
Yeah.
I'm just imagine an ecosystem where you guys go on with this show for what season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have
Exactly.
fans who want to visit the
Yes,
sets. You know,
yes.
that would be
Because
fantastic.
I was also
Yeah.
asked, like, you know, because of course, if it's in the east, that means you have to travel a lot, you know, leave family behind and go. Okay, so let's talk about challenges shooting this movie for you guys. What would you say was the biggest challenge for you? You know, playing Chisom, and of course, and how long did the entire movie take to shoot? And for you, as you know, your character, I don't want to say the madman.
That's okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, what was the biggest challenges for you? Start with you.
The biggest challenge I would say was being very believable.
Okay.
Because first of all, fortunately for me, I haven't lost a life partner. And Chisom, that happens to Chisom on the night of her wedding.
Okay.
And it was traumatizing. And she goes from that level of trauma to a deeper level of trauma when her best friend also dies. You know, so it feels like she's just in a loop of tragedies.
Yeah.
I found it slightly challenging to always be in that mindset, because, you know, you can come out on set, go to the apartment and everybody's cracking a joke, and the next day you have to go back
Into that
to that
headspace.
trauma again, you know. So that was quite challenging, but I do believe our director was able to channel it out of me. Dan Olorea, he did such an amazing job.
Brilliant director.
Very brilliant, you know, telling us what to do and helping us feel all of the emotions.
Okay.
And of course, my co-actors, you know, everybody just
Brought their A game, I can imagine.
brought their A game.
All right, then, because of time, I have one final question for you. How do you feel ETITI contributes to this current evolving landscape of African storytelling and television?
For, you know, from the Nigerian perspective, for the Igbo perspective especially,
I like that.
we don't have too many stories that have been told. We have a lot, you know, that you can think about.
Yeah.
But have they been executed? You know, the answer is no. You know, and that's why I have so much respect for Basket Mouth and Vicky for coming up with this, because then we get to see that our culture our history is so rich, and there are so many beautiful stories that could be told. Yeah, that's the most important way that I know that it's going to impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, 30 seconds?
I feel like we need to be prouder of our culture. Every Nigerian needs to be very excited to tell, for instance, a white person to watch Nigerian shows and Nigerian films. And ETITI is one of those that you'll be proud to sell anywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
So,
All right, then thank you so much for being on the show today. We appreciate you and congratulations on the success of your new series.